What is up? It's the 18th of March, day after my birthday. I'm glad that I get to get out today. I'm gonna have some fun out here, I hope. So the deal is this: I'm sick, I feel like crap. I'm sure it sounds like that. You're gonna have to listen to a bunch of my sniffles and stuff. Secondly, it's gonna be like 68 degrees today after like 4 straight sunny days. So I'm pretty excited about that. I think they're gonna be munching. I think it's time. Downsides, it's gonna be like 15, 16 mile an hour winds. That's gonna suck. And I am stupid and left my anchor and paddle at home. So I can't go too far because I can't get stranded, and I can't anchor down. So when it's 15 mile an hour winds later, I am boned. So I'm gonna do what I can. I'm gonna fish till I can't anymore, and then I'm gonna head home. And you know, I don't wanna say I'm confident considering how things are going, but with the weather and things like that, they should be biting. I have friends catching fish. Let's see how it goes. Well guys, I'm gonna start the day how I love to fish here the most, is throwing a spinnerbait. It's finally spinnerbait weather. I love the spring because I love throwing spinnerbaits. There's so much woody cover in this lake, and I love running these through and not snagging and picking these spring fish off. So I'm gonna throw this a lot today unless I really don't get bit, and I'm hoping to get my first bass of the year finally. So what I'm doing right now is fishing a couple underwater laydowns that I know are there. They usually hold fish. At least in the summer they hold fish. Now again, it's been a little chilly. I don't know what the water is here because I don't have my graph, because it's with my oar and my anchor. I was told it was low 50s, which is a good sign. That's the start of munching season. But I'm in the shade right now because that's where I started out, and I'm thinking this morning they're still going to be over in the sun warming up. So I'm going to make a few more casts of this lay down, probably throw my Neko rig in there and see if I can pick one of those off, and then I'm going to head up the other end of the lake, and I'm going to let myself drift back down and use the wind to my advantage for a little bit without an anchor, save my battery a bit. All right, well, I've made my run to the far end. The wind's already pulling me back. I'm going to probably drift this with very little power and just let the wind take me, save some battery, and use it as a slow drift. Since I don't have an anchor, I can't post up anywhere, so see how that goes. I don't know. Well, and since I guess I'm determined to have a crappy day, I went all the way down to the far end to drift back, and the wind has now changed direction. So I went into it all the way down here, now I'm going back into it that way. Awesome. Oh no, that's a big bass. Maybe I can sight fish him. No, he's swimming away. No, he just turned on me. Oh, there's 2 of them right there. Look at him go. One of you hit it. Those are actually steelhead. They're the stalker steelhead. That sucks. I wish I hadn't spooked them. Oh my god, I just lost it. God damn it, that was totally a fish. I was getting bit and I tugged. Well, the wood hasn't held anything for me so far. Thrown spinnerbait, shaky head, jigs, Senko, Neko rig, chatterbait. I'm losing track of all the stuff I've thrown. I've let myself drift down here, and now I'm fishing a spot I don't usually fish, but it's kind of a platform with a drop off to most of the deepest water on the lake. I still have no idea if there's anything here. I'm working it with a little Dragon Custom Tackle crankbait. It looks like a gill. It's an amazing paint pattern. I don't know. I'm gonna just keep kitchen sinking it at this point. I don't know how cold the water is. It could be, you know, 55. It could be 45. I don't know. I'm hoping with the sun it was gonna pick up, but so far, I mean, they're just dead. I mean, a little bit of high pressure, storm incoming, a lot of wind. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm gonna, you know, keep going. I don't have the most confidence. You know, I came in here today saying I had confidence, and to a degree I did. This is the lake I'm most comfortable at, but it's been getting a lot more pressure lately. I'll keep going. I got a few more hours unless this wind gets even worse. Well guys, so far a gorgeous but super disappointing day. The wind has been, as predicted, crappy. It's not been as bad as I thought, but it's getting worse as the hours go on. It's supposed to get worse and worse as the day goes. The no anchor's killing me, but I mean, I've worked all the spots I'm confident with all my confidence baits, and I'm not seeing a damn thing. I'm working the other bank now. I haven't gone up and down it yet, so maybe this side's producing. It hasn't been in the sun as long, so it's not going to be as warm. Well, desperation has set in a little bit. I have switched up to the Senko. I was hoping to avoid even throwing it today. I had a Neko rig on earlier, and it's not really the same to me, but this has caught me by far the most fish I've caught at this lake. It's caught me the bulk of my fish at this lake between this and the spinnerbait, and so at this point they're not biting anything else. I'm willing to give it a shot. The wind's died a little bit. Once it picks back up, I'm going to be, too much for a weightless Senko, but let's see if this helps. Well, guys, I think this is going to be it. I'm like 4.5, 5 hours on the water so far. I feel like crud, and I haven't gotten so much as a nibble. I saw a couple fish earlier. I couldn't tell if they were the stalker steelhead or some big bass. There were at least 4 or 5 pounds. The pair of them could have been a spawning pair that were moving up, and I thought they'd be up shallow with the warmth and everything the last few days, with the water warming up. Even with the sun out, I figured they'd be up shallow in the shade, and they haven't proven to be. So I'm going to run down the bank one more time towards the dock, and then I'm just going to get out of here and go rest up. Okay, that's going to do it. Barring a miracle catch as I drift the last 100 feet, no fish yet again. It is, like I said, middle of March, March 18th. I had only had a couple smallies by this time last year. It took me until April to really finally get on some largemouth, and this year seems to be no different. Like I said, it's frustrating because I have friends catching fish like all over the state, all over the Northwest. I mean, my buddy Joe, Bass in Northwest 503, he caught an over 8-pounder the other day on Saturday. And so, I mean, they're biting, obviously. I just can't find them. And so I'm going to keep on the grind. I'm going to try and do some more research and, see if I can find some spots on this lake I haven't figured out yet, because I haven't seen a fish. And even when I buzz over laydowns, I haven't seen anything. The 3 fish I've seen today, I thought all were the stalker steelhead. They put these giant brood steelhead in here, not giant, but and they swim around and they're almost impossible to catch, and I think that's what those were, because they just didn't look like bass. So I don't know. Anyway, thanks for coming along. Maybe I'll swing one out of here, but I'll be back at it next week, and hopefully I'll be on fish sooner than later. Thanks, guys.